we move to the social power of the red carpet. Historically, one of the most important marketing platforms for fashion has been the red carpet. It's the perfect example of the synergy between fashion and Hollywood. And recently I was chatting with my friend Arianne Phillips, the Oscar-nominated costume designer that you'll all know from her work with Madonna, and her long collaborator, Carineh Martin. She and Carineh have set up a socially driven startup called RAD, a platform that aims to monetize red carpet dressing for social good. So instead of asking people on the red carpet, who are you wearing? You could ask people on the red carpet, why are you wearing what you're wearing? So to join Carineh and Arianne is one of their very first collaborators, actor and director Elizabeth Banks. And they will explore how RAD could revolutionize the sometimes murky business of monetizing the red carpet. Please welcome Arianne Phillips, Carineh Martin, and Elizabeth Banks, who will be in conversation with Melissa Magsaysay.
Hello, Los Angeles.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, as Imran said, the red carpet has been a reflection of our culture more than, in recent years, more than ever. And so what you guys have created, RAD, illustrates that so well. But also, I want to start with you, because RAD is in action right here, and it kind of, it's live. We have RAD happening live, and I think it kind of sets the stage for what it is, and then we'll get into how you guys created it and why. But Elizabeth, tell us how RAD is working right now.
Well, typically I would be on a red carpet, so let me act that out.
Yeah, this is your platform.
This is me being RAD live, which is that we'll pretend this is a red carpet. And in fact, it is a platform just like the red carpet, and I needed something to wear today. And I'm in front of a bunch of fashion journalists that are going to talk about what I'm wearing. So it's important for me to wear something that isn't that you've never seen before, because God forbid that happens on a red carpet and you get immortalized and she wears it 27 times, which is actually what people do. I wear the same pairs of jeans 150 times. But today I am wearing this beautiful used dress from ThredUp. And in the simplest terms, what RAD did today was they worked with me to use this platform to get a dress to show off to you guys, and at the same time make a donation and stand together to support Dress for Success, which is an organization that empowers women through clothes. And thank you. And in longer terms, what happened was these amazing female entrepreneurs, Carineh and Arianne, called me and said, this is an event that we would like to have you at, and how can we design a moment for RAD that is truly RAD? And we put a lot of thought into who we would want to donate to, who we would want to work with, and what an incredible collaboration to have ThredUp, which is one of the largest online retailers of thrift stores of secondhand clothes. Be in partnership with Dress for Success, which also uses secondhand clothes to dress women who are entering the workforce and empower them through their new sort of outfit so they can go to work and feel great. And it just felt like a really seamless collaboration between all of the entities involved, and to do it in a fashion event where we're going to talk about clothes and sustainability and all of these things. It just felt like a wonderful collaboration, and so great for me as an actor to be here and be able to talk about that and use this platform in this way and help Dress for Success.
Amazing. Thank you.
So easy, right?
Yeah, it's so
It was so easy. They made all the introductions to ThredUp, to Dress for Success. They put it all into motion, and here we are.
And your background, obviously very vast in the fashion industry, both of you. Why did you create RAD, and why now specifically, timing-wise, maybe within the context of our culture and what's happening, with the red carpet as a platform? Why did it make sense for you to do this, and why now?
Well, Arianne and I have been talking about how we could come together and do something that felt really purposeful and meaningful using what we know how to do and the people that we know how to do it with. And RAD, using the red carpet for advocacy, it just felt so incredibly timely and important. So it was kind of a no-brainer for us, and we've seen the power of it since.
Yeah, in a culture where entrepreneurship is now really embraced, and we're talking about it today, as a costume designer, my job is to tell stories that usually are a reflection of our culture. So as our culture changes, for me, my personal desire, along with Carineh, we were aligned, was to not create a product. For me, I truly wanted to figure out a way I could give back and do good without giving up my day job. So really it was a selfish a need for me to try and figure that out. And along with Carineh's know-how, we have known each other for many years. Carineh comes from the marketing side of luxury, and we're trying to figure out, as our conversation changes, as our culture changes, how we can use our platforms to be relevant today.
And RAD really is a direct reflection of the relationship between consumerism and advocacy. People used to shop based on desire and price, and now we see that consumers shop based on values. And it's really an important part of that conversation. And how do we empower talent to use their platforms to create conversations that will allow brands to stand with them in support and say, this is also what I believe in and this is also what I stand for, to attract and connect with consumers today.
Mm-hmm. And we're all really well versed in sort of the machine that is the red carpet and how that goes when the talent hits the red carpet, and you both know what all kind of has to happen for that to come together to get to that moment. But we're also, there is that murkiness, as Imran mentioned, of, the pay-for-play aspect. That is kind of an opaque, very veiled situation. But, talk about that, and where does this cross over, or is it, does it play any part into that, or is it something sort of just that runs alongside?
Yeah, I mean, this is the exact opposite of pay-for-play. Pay-for-play is paying for support. This is talent and brands standing together in support of a cause. Mm-hmm. It is totally different. So this is partnering through purpose, not through contract, and it's a completely different message. It is much more emotional. It is much more authentic and genuine. All the money that the brands donate go directly from brand to charity. Nobody touches that. It's for complete authenticity and transparency. So it's really quite different, though they can both very easily coexist.
And what is essential to our model is that talent chooses their charity. So today, Elizabeth chose Just for Success. And for us, it's a great opportunity to learn about all these other charities and get involved. And we've worked with the ACLU, Save the Children, UNICEF, all different people's causes and beliefs that they stand for. And that is what keeps it authentic, because Elizabeth is advocating today for a charity that she believes in. It wasn't ThreadUp's choice. ThreadUp is in alignment because they're sponsoring her in her donation. So it's really a beautiful way for the talent to take that moment and stand with the relationships with brands to show the world who they are. And it can add like a deeper layer to a relationship that already exists. We let the stylists have an organic process figuring out what they are going to wear on the red carpet. We don't intermingle with that. And I, for one, as a stylist and a costume designer, and intimately understand what that relationship's like in the room and how important it is and those moments. So for us, I have relationships with stylists out there, and we have stylists that we work with. Carla Welsh is the first stylist we worked with, who was here last year at BFF West. And we launched with Carla and Elizabeth Moss at the Golden Globes Elizabeth Moss wanted to advocate for the ACLU, and everything Elizabeth was wearing was in the brand either made a donation, and we all used our social platforms to advocate for the ACLU and get the fans involved. It's about using all those eyeballs on the red carpet to learn about advocacy and causes.
Yeah, and it's everybody around the campaign. So it's the talent, it's their representatives, it's their stylist, it's all of the brands. And, as a marketer, I'm so used to strategic communications. This is not about strategic, this is about amplified communications. This is about everybody, because we all have platforms, everybody using their platform towards a specific purpose.
And you talk a lot about alignment, authenticity, and we all know more than ever authenticity in brand marketing and anything people are promoting is really key. What is the right balance, though, when it comes to authenticity? You've got the red carpet, seemingly other platforms that you're going to be getting into with RAD. Do you have sort of this, like, the right, not right formula, but what do you think is the right balance so it remains, these relationships and all this alignment remains authentic?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on, every campaign is customized. So it's about the brand, it's about the talent, and it's about the best way to unite the two in service of a cause. So there is no formula to RAD. Every single conversation we have, we talk about what is your agenda, what is your messaging, what do you want to achieve, how can we, RAD, infuse purpose into that agenda for a greater good? And how can we help you be cool and relevant and today, this is the conversation.
Yeah, the other thing to remember is the actors, the advocates, the people who get to wear the dresses, we're there anyway. I mean, that's our job. My job is to go out and promote the projects that I'm a part of, to go in the world and tell you about Charlie's Angels or Brightburn or my Shrill, my Hulu TV show, all of which I'm telling you about right now. Right, so I'm out here promoting the work that I'm doing anyway, and trying to build my fan base so that you go and buy tickets to the things that I care about and the stories that I'm trying to tell you. There's a very natural thing that happens. I have to wear clothes to those events that I have to promote. And what a nice idea that while I'm there, I can also bring along a partner who's made an incredible donation to something else that I care about. So that when I get asked on the red carpet, who are you wearing? I don't just say, oh, I'm wearing this dress from ThredUp. I get to also add, because they are standing with me to make a donation to Dress for Success, which empowers women through clothes. It's just one more sentence added to my day, but makes the day more meaningful to me.
Sure.
Yeah, and purpose also is very connecting. So your fans want to connect with you on a deeper basis. They want to connect with brands on a deeper basis, and purpose really allows that in a meaningful way.
Carineh and I create the messaging in a campaign. So we leverage, we're going to leverage today Elizabeth's followers, Business of Fashion's followers, RAD's followers, do RAD, be RAD,
ThredUp's followers.
and ThredUp's followers, in all advocating for Dress for Success. We want to speak to the fans, and we're going to give them swipe ups and links and how they can get involved, learn more, and donate.
That's great. And so many brands look at the red carpet as sort of the ultimate platform. What about brands that don't have massive budgets? We saw Elizabeth and Carla with Dior, and Jimmy Choo, brands like that. What about smaller brands that are aligned value-wise and really believe in the philanthropic effort, but may not have these kinds of budgets to participate? I mean, you said everything is sort of customized, so how do you work with smaller brands like that?
Yeah, we totally get that, and what we do is empower their platforms. Everybody has a platform again. So, if you're a smaller designer, you can't necessarily, you're investing in the dress that the talent is wearing. That's where your budgets are going. We get that. You have platforms. You have people who are following you, who are very engaged in what you talk about and what you represent and what you're aligned with. We are going to help you share about a cause that the talent that you are dressing is advocating for. And you get to now stand with the talent, not just in dressing them, but through purpose. purpose and talking about something that's meaningful to them, and getting into that emotional connection that Elizabeth is creating with her fans. And now the designers can be a part of that too.
Do you notice through your DMs or wherever you're connecting with your fans, do you notice that when you do, because you do a lot of philanthropic work, do you feel a real shift toward wanting that transparency and wanting to know what you believe in, beyond your movies and all your success and the projects you're promoting? Do you feel that from your fans now more than ever?
I do, and I was approached by these guys who are longtime friends of mine as well, and I'm so proud of what they've done here today, and I'm so proud of the business that they're building. But they came to me right around the same time that Time's Up launched their sort of red carpet advocacy at the Golden Globes, where every actress wore black in solidarity. And it was just this incredible moment to be a part of and to watch and to realize the power of the red carpet, the power of those moments to engage people in conversation. And if that's all it is, if nobody actually donates to Dress for Success, I'll be very disappointed in you. However, you are gonna now, that's a name you're gonna know now, you're gonna carry it forward into the world. Next time you hear about it, you'll remember this moment. And that's, just knowing about it, it helps me feel like this was worth it today, right? Yeah. So that's really what it comes down to. I always think about everything as one person. So if I make a movie and it changes one person's life, or I affect one person, or I help one person, it was worth it. Because that's all we can hope for, is to be connected to each other, one person at a time. So I don't put too much pressure on the moment or the impact of the work. I just know that it makes me feel good, and I know that today, Dress for Success gets a little shinier on the interwebs while we talk about it at this event and while I post about it to my Instagram account.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be donations. It can be volunteering. It can be telling friends about it. It can be sharing. It can be so many things that are going to create impact for the organization. Mm-hmm. It's in the public. It's in awareness. It's in galvanizing people to get involved, and it doesn't take much. And we just try and make it as easy for them as possible. And we use the red carpet as a primary platform because millions of people are watching. They're watching and they want to know who you are and what you stand for.
And Red Carpet is not the only platform that we use. We also have been working with brands on content, creating content that lives on their social media, retail partnership. We are working with a couple brands, and events. Our second, right after we launched at the Golden Globes, we had our first event, which was a screening for a film where we brought a host, Tracy Ellis Ross. Gucci sponsored her, and she advocated for her two charities, SC Justice Group and Toronto Burke's Me Too. And that was a really moving and amazing event. So the red carpet is definitely the place that inspired this, and but our work will go beyond that. For me, it's really empowering for my colleagues and for my friends that to be able to think about our world and how we can use what we do for good. It's so often it can be, I think, paralyzing to know how to and sometimes to know how to give back and how to do better. And this is really just coming from a place of wanting to be organic and use our platforms in this industry to raise awareness.
And in the spirit of modern entrepreneurship, you guys are really, you're disrupting the sort of status quo as the red carpet goes, right? Or you were saying red carpet, but all the platforms you're talking about, platforms in general. How are you scaling RAD? I mean, we're only 4 months in, right? So this is a new endeavor for you both, but how do you plan to scale RAD as a business? And also, given the fact that fashion is a typically front-facing, very provocative industry, but we all know behind the scenes can be very slow going. How is it with the brands? Are you experiencing pushback? Is there challenges in, creating these the alignment that you're trying to create?
Yeah, I think anything that's new is a challenge and poses challenges. It's a new conversation. It's a new approach. It's a new way of looking at things. It's a new way of interacting with talent, interacting with fans. So there's always challenges there. This is actually a very simple concept, but it does require a few conversations, especially because we are really focused on the authenticity and the integrity of it. So how can we challenge each brand to really be authentic about what they're doing, to really make it meaningful? And the reason that, you know, the donations go directly from brand to nonprofit is for that reason. It is just, this is, you know, people are doing this to stand for something. It's not about agendas, it's about doing good. And that is what is good for business, because the more authentic you are and the more transparent you are and the more integrity you exhibit, the more consumers are going to connect with your brand, whether your brand is as a person or a corporation. So.
And I just think one of the biggest challenges is just what we're doing in general. We often have to explain it. Well, like Carineh said, every time we have a new campaign that we're working on, it's customized. So it's unique to that activation, to that platform, to that talent. So, and we find ourselves having to, you know, keep talking it through, because this is new. This is new, and it's flipping the conversation and flipping the switch. I mean, I have to have Carineh talk me through it too. Like, okay, because we have our own vetting process, and it's so new. It's, you know, we are honing as we go.
But by the same token, I just want to say that as much as we talk about challenges, this is really an opportunity at the end of the day. RAD is an opportunity to, again, say who you are, what you believe in, to exhibit. Everyone's talking about, you know, corporate social responsibility. What does that mean? This is an opportunity to exhibit that in a really shiny, sexy way with talent. So, you know, when RAD calls you and says, so-and-so is wearing your dress, congratulations, do you want to stand with them in support of something that they're going to be speaking about emotionally? You know, it's an opportunity. Yeah, I do. I want to get in on that.
And one way we can scale is that brands can, moving forward in their budgets, create their own RAD budget, right? So that this is part of their marketing plan. This is part of how they tell the world who the brand is and what they want to stand for. You know, I think gone are the days of, oh, I like to do my philanthropy quietly, or I like to do it this way. And we're building community here. You know, our culture has changed so dramatically and is changing, and issues like the environment that are now, and we have to climate change and sustainability, and you know, there's an urgency to come together as a community. And we see that happening across culture, not only in art and entertainment, but in the world. And so I think that is really, really an important point as well.
Right. Well, it's certainly interesting to see what might happen by Oscars next year if people are saying, why are you wearing, rather than who or what you're wearing. So thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up. We're out of time, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thanks.